Is it good morning, good afternoon? I don't know, it's close to noon. I've been up since 6:30 getting the kids ready for school. Took them to school. Nobody's called me yet today for sick kids, so there's that. If you're new here, hi, my name is Amber. Welcome to oohaahcrochet. I've got Roxy and Ellie for my dogs. I have 4 kids, 12 through 8, and an oldest that is grown and out of the house. So let me tell you what I've been, why? I just started filming and they don't bother me until I start talking or moving. So I got, after I went to bed last night, I was very tired. My hands are very, the muscles are stiff, I guess. And I don't know if that's because I've been working with weight 4 yarn for a while. You may or may not notice that I have, there's a little bit difference in my speech. I lost one of the teeth, I don't know, one of the teeth that are in my partial fell out on the top, and it's rubbing up against my top gum. It's very bothersome, but I don't want to be on video without my partial because I don't have a middle tooth if I don't have it in. And then my speech is way different, and it's embarrassing and it's annoying. And so anyway, all that to say, let me grab the right bird. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one just the way it is. She's just gonna be an oddball out. I don't feel like tearing it out and redoing it. I think she'll be just fine. She'll still be cute. But here is my thoughts on the beak situation. This is all I've done this morning. I've gotten a lot of other things done, but not much crochet. So I'm going to add this base plate, and then I have, I've been revamping the triangle as far as the beak, and I really am pretty proud of this, actually. So the first couple iterations I did the decreases just on the sides because I thought, well, that would bring it in. But then I thought, well, maybe I'll do the decreases in the middle because then it'll give it that, you know, kind of a triangle shape, right? It'll naturally kind of bend it. But then I was like, well, what if we even it out? So that's where we're at right now. It looks pretty nice on the edges. You're not getting that like vault line from the ones in the middle. So I think that's what I will do going forward is, so it's like every other round, and then I go until the next decrease before I do the one in the middle, and then I go to the next decrease before I get to the one on the outsides. If that makes any sense whatsoever. But this is only 9 wide. The other ones were 10 or 8. This is 12 wide. So, and so what I'm thinking is, because in this picture here, she does have a little bit of a little bit of a mouth, right? So my thoughts is, if I just bend this part over and sew this down, it gives me that mouth shape, right? I'm not having to sew an extra line. I can just sew this here. I'm not having to make an extra shape like I did on the other Roadrunner. I can just fold this over. It gives me a little bit of a mouth shape. And then I still have that background for like the sides here. I think it'll work. I mean, it looks good here. So it'll still have that beak. She's got that the extra long kind of a nose area there. So that's what I think I'll do for that one. Since her mouth is closed. This one here, the first one I did, has a more of a straighter beak on it. So that's how the first design came about. But the rest of them all have kind of pointy beaks. So I made two sets to go with the two birds I have right now. And I've got the two back panels, which I just dropped behind my chair. Everything falls back here because it just does. Like my needle, I lost my needle this morning, and that'll be a whole, like, I have to clear out this yarn before I can get to that needle, or I can stick my hand down there precariously and try to not poke myself. Either way, it's a dangerous, at least they're not very sharp because they're just darning needles. But so that's what I've got done so far. I'm just gonna touch on a few things. I watched Kayla yesterday from Mama Kayla, and it hit me that, you know, a lot of us, especially crochet YouTubers, we have medical issues that people don't know. At one point in time, I stayed home because I had 4 kids under 5, and now I'm a full-time driver of my kids. Obviously, I take them to school, I take care of the house, I try to cook as many meals as I can, but my energy levels are just, they're so hit and miss. Like this morning, I had energy, and I just kept telling myself, you have energy, you need to do something. And that it's a lot of mental back and forth. And if you don't want to listen to personal stuff, I completely understand it. You can, you know, tune out and I can see you tomorrow. I don't mind. But I just feel like I should share because I'm struggling right now. I'm struggling mentally with things that I know I should get up and do. There's stuff in the house that needs to be done, and I'm struggling because I got to get this project done, and I should sit down and crochet, but then my house is a disaster and I should do that. However, my hands are my biggest obstacle. So I need my hands for everything. I need my hands to scrub toilets. I need my hands to clean the dishes, to cook food, to do these projects. And if I'm having a bad hand day, or if I'm having just a bad energy day, all of that takes a lot to keep going. And so today, so far, I scrubbed the toilets, and then I made myself some meat. I had a combination of ground pork and ground hamburger. It was like $2.99 versus $3.99. So I'm like, well, I don't care. I can always add extra fat, and it was 80-20 anyway, so still the same fat count. But I made that for myself, and I had a pound of meat for my breakfast. But that takes a lot to the stirring aspect, the chopping aspect, the cutting aspect, the scrubbing, and just like even brushing my hair. There's only so much energy, and then it's just gone. A lot of the times I can take a nap and reset it. That's especially helpful for my legs when they're very, very hurt. When they feel heavy and they feel pain. So like the top layer of my legs will be very heavy and painful, or I don't know how to describe it other than just heavy, and like I need to have pressure on them. Compression socks are one thing, but to have pressure on your top of your thigh, and my thighs are, you know, they're not tiny, and an ace wrap is not going to go around my leg. I mean, it would if I had somebody to help me 24/7. And you almost have to be wrapped. It's a very, I've seen it on YouTube. I've seen the you know, clinical videos on how they do lymphatic wrapping, and that's detailed. People go in like twice a week to have wraps done because it's almost impossible to do it yourself. I really would love to get someday the lymphatic draining system thing, like like you pull them on. You can either get the one where it's like a sleeping bag and you get into it, or you can get the ones where you put them on your legs and they cover your whole leg, and it's a whole pumped system. But that's a lot of details that you'd have to look it up. But on top of that, like yesterday I sat here while I was watching my shows, and I found that if I find a show that I like, that, you know, maybe there's several episodes in a row that I can get engaged with, but still crochet, that I can keep on task. But yesterday I thought, you know, I really should get back to my infinity hoop, and I should get back to my vibration plates, and I really should do the dishes, and I really should do, you know, the laundry, or I should clean the toilet that needs to be cleaned, or I mean, I could go downstairs and work on my auction room that I should be doing. I need to ship out packages that I haven't done for like my cousin, and I want to send Ella some fabric, and I want to, you know, get just some stuff out, and it's a constant struggle. And so when Kayla was talking yesterday about, you want to do something and your brain is fighting you, your body is fighting you, you should do that. I know that if maybe I did some exercise, I would have more energy. But then I'm thinking, if I expend too much energy, I might not have enough to get through the rest of the day. So that's a struggle. I feel like if I'm honest with that daily struggle with you guys, that maybe that'll help somebody. Maybe somebody else is going through the same thing. But just like my food addiction, I have other things that I like. The silence in this room right now with just me talking and nothing else going on is my brain is thinking of 1,000 different things. Like, I should be doing just a million things at once, like multitasking. And the silence kills me. Like, I have to have the radio on when I'm out cooking. I have to have the radio on, or a YouTube video when I'm driving. Like, I can't have, like, the silence is very, I don't like it. Even when I'm crocheting, I'm like counting in my head, so the silence doesn't get to my brain to have me focus on something else, because I will obsessively focus on something, just like food. So food was a clear addiction, and I can tell that even though I'm not having sugar, the days that my days are stressful, or I feel like they're stressful, or maybe I have low energy, I still focus on food, and I'm not hungry, so I shouldn't be focused on it. Yeah. So scatterbrain totally. Like, and I suppose, like, I've never been diagnosed with ADHD, but more and more I feel like, ooh, maybe. But anyway, I did make my brown butter bites yesterday, and I do feel like when I have that extra fat, especially before bed, that I do sleep better. So I'm hoping, as long as I stay on top of that, that should help. And I'm going to try to get myself off of cheese for a while too, maybe a month, and see if that helps even more, because I am at a complete weight loss stall. Like, I haven't lost anything. I haven't really gained anything either, so I mean, there's that. But I'm still drinking diet soda, which isn't full carnivore. So I think I'm struggling. I want to lose more weight. I think if I lost more weight, which is part of the stuff going on in my brain, like I should get on my vibration plate. I should get my infinity hoop out. I should stop drinking soda. I should stop eating cheese, because milk products, cheese products have that enzyme in them. So like when a calf is calving, for the calf to keep coming back, because it's got that thing in there that triggers that wanting to drink, that need to have that. I don't know. There's something about cheese that's addictive, just like sugar and other things. And not that I'm eating a lot of cheese, but I'm just wondering if maybe my body just can't handle it. And that's part of like your elimination diet, is taking stuff out that you're having that maybe it is an inflammation. I do use spices too. I use taco seasoning spices, which has onions in them. Those could be bad for me too. I don't know. I mean, it's a trial and error for sure, but I'm going to try to get rid of the cheese for now. And then I'm almost out of soda. So I'm going to try not to buy any soda and see how long I can last. And I don't mind drinking cold coffee, but I do love my coffee. That I probably won't ever give up. I know that people have, but I don't temperature regulate. So part of the coffee is to keep my temperature up and not be cold, because if I'm cold, then I hurt. So part of the coffee is I just love it, but the other part is it helps to keep my body warm. And but soda, I don't know, I feel like I gave up so much. You know what I mean? Like I gave up all the things that people say. I can never give up bread. I can never give up, potatoes and French fries and pasta and all that. And I gave it up. It's been a year and a half, almost. Yeah, it's been a year and a half. I started July of 2024 and I've lost 98 pounds. I still can't get that 100 down. But I don't want to gain weight either. And recently, after 7 years of having it in, I just took out my Mirena. I thought I would see, a difference. Maybe. The difference that I can tell you is I'm emotional, which I wasn't before. Before I would even say I'd have lack of emotion, and now I'm like moody and ew. So part of me regrets taking it out, and part of me is like, well, I would like to be natural. I would like to not have those extra in my body if I didn't have to. So that's a struggle too. Like, will it help me with my weight loss? Because I gained 35 pounds when I had it put in. That's like your normal gain weight because they put this thing in. So that's a struggle too. Like, am I emotional because I'm not getting enough sleep? Am I emotional because of food? Am I emotional because they took this out and now I've got my hormones are changed? And how long does the hormone change take before I'm back to, normal again? Thus is the experiment, right? Have you guys followed along with all the different topics I brought up in the last 15 minutes? Because I'm pretty sure I've lost half of you, if not most of you. But I do go in on next Monday to have them look at my legs. And I have my other appointment for my regular, yearly physical at the end of the month. So I do plan on having, all of my levels checked. Am I in perimenopause yet? Am I in menopause yet? I mean, being on the marina for the last 7 years and I'm 46 years old, how do I know? Like, I do have hot flashes. I mean, I don't know if I have hot flashes, but I tell you what, when I was taking a vitamin, I can't even remember what it was. I think it was ashwagandha or black something, or I don't even know. I was taking this vitamin thinking, okay, I'll take it. It can't hurt, right? Well, I was having hot flashes over half. I thought I was really into menopause. I stopped taking it. I haven't had one since. But I mean, I was like, whew, trying to take my clothes off, and you know, my mom was just laughing at me. She's like, finally. And I'm like, no. But I stopped taking it, and poof, they're gone. So it was definitely whatever I was taking at the time. But anyway, so all this stuff is going through my head as I know that I'm sitting in my chair on my ass. I should be moving, and then I'm like, but I need to be crocheting, but I should be cleaning the house, but I should be exercising. So it's just on, you can see the smoke signals coming from my brain. So yeah, I'm trying to, there's just so much to process. But anyway, that's where I'm at today. I hope your brain is not processing as much as mine is today. I hope that you don't have as many squirrels going around in the cage at once. And hopefully you can think clearlier than I am right now. So the fact that I can actually finish these projects, I guess, is a bonus. I guess, you know, I'm getting something done, and that's what I keep telling myself. That, oh, and I didn't mention, I did do the dishes. I got the dishwasher loaded. I did start a pork loin in the slow cooker. I cut carrots and onions and got that going. And like I said, I did scrub the toilet, and I crocheted these this morning. So that's what I've done so far today. But then again, I have to pick up the kids at 2:30. You know, they'll want to eat at 5:30, 6. Donnie comes home at 6. He's going to pick up the boys today. And then that starts the whole night routine. So there's some days where I just think I don't do enough. And some days I just know that I can't do any more. If you are that person, if you are going through chronic illness, if you are somebody like Kayla and you fight every day for every activity that you are doing, I see you, I feel you, and I understand. As much as any of us with chronic illness, autoimmune diseases, comorbidities, can understand each other, yeah, I see you, and hopefully someday they will figure out how to make us all feel better without completely medicating us. And yeah, anyway, sorry for all that. If you stayed to the very, very end, put a red heart in the comments down below. We'll see how many of you actually watch all 23 minutes of me rambling and being emotionally vulnerable and ranting, basically. So, I love you guys. We will see you tomorrow. And hopefully tomorrow will be more crochet and less of me squirreling. That's what I'm going to call it today. All right, have a good day. Bye.